Hello, hello. Hi, I'm Silka. Most of you know me already. If you don't, I'm Silka, Heart for Art. I teach people step by step how to paint online here and in my studio. Welcome to this week's episode of Hearty Tips with Silka. Today, I am going to show you how to paint a gorgeous butterfly. Yay! Can you see it? Can you see it? Let me just go there. Okay. Yay, nice, happy, colourful painting. It's super easy, super colourful. It's just going to cheer you right up. And, it's going to be good. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. If you've always wanted to learn to paint but think you're not creative enough or think it's too hard or whatever is stopping you, I want to show you today how easy it is to paint and hopefully break down some barriers for you to get you started so you can get on and enjoy painting because it's awesome. So I will show you step by step how to paint this butterfly today. Like I said, it's a nice, easy tutorial. It's super simple and you can have fun picking your own colors. I mean, I've just gone with these colors because I like the combination, but you can pick whichever colors you want. And I'm going to tell you about Paint Club. I'm so excited. Many of you have been asking when it'll open again. Now is the answer to that. It's open now, but not for long. So I will tell you a bit more about that. But first, let's paint our butterflies, shall we? Say hi as you're coming on. Let me know if you're painting or watching. Let me just swivel this around so I can start painting butterflies with you. Say hi as you're coming on. Let me know if you're painting or just watching. And if you're using I'm using StreamYard. So if you haven't left a comment before, it may ask you to give permission just to show your name. It's not going to do anything else. It'll just ask to show your name. So I know the comments from you. Now, I realized just before I came on that I didn't have another square canvas. I've used them all up. So I'm going to just sort of paint on this part of this canvas today. So it'll be the same effect. Or maybe I'll paint the whole thing anyway and just demonstrate that you can paint it any size you like. Awesome. So brushes I'm using today. All right, I've got a half inch flat brush. All right, a synthetic flat brush. And I've got a number 8 round brush. So it's sort of a medium size. You don't have to have the exact same ones. And then I've got a liner brush as well. Okay. And I've got a pencil. Now, I won't tell you what colors I'm using, but there they are there, because you can use any colors you like. That is the beauty of this one. We're going to have fun with it. And I've also got a trusty hairdryer to speed up the drying process. Okay, cool. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to sketch our butterfly. All right, now I've just done it on this crazy angle because I like interesting crops. I do that with my photos all the time. I just like interesting crops. So if I'm pretending it's a square, the body's going to be about here, and it's literally just sort of like a sausage shape. All right, so if you draw a sausage shape, let me know if you can see my pencil lines. I'll do them a bit darker so you can see them. Let me know if you can see my pencil lines okay. So I'm just drawing like a sausage shape, and then there's a sort of I want to leave room for my wings. So I'm going to have a nice, huge, big wing here. And it's going to be different every time. So there's the top wing, and then the body sort of tapers out and comes a bit narrower at the bottom, and then we've got another big wing down here. I say big wing, it's not that big. We're going to have bigger wings on top this time. And then we've got another wing up here. And there. It's going to go off the page. Now, it's just a guide. You can change the shape of this as you paint, so it's all good. Then I've got another big wing down here. Okay, you can see my butterfly today is already a totally different shape. I don't need to put the antenna on. And I've got a sort of a bobble head shape. All right, but we can paint that in as we go. Probably want it to be a little bit longer. So my butterfly is quite a different shape today, but that's absolutely fine. Cool. All right. Who's here? Say hi. All right. So like I said, you can use whatever colors you want. I am going to start with my 1/2 inch brush, and we're going to paint the background first, all right? And what we're going to do is we're going to, again, any color you like, all right? I'm going to mix a light orange. So I'm going to start with orange and just add a little bit of white. I just want a nice pale orange, all right? Okay, I'm not seeing any comments yet. That might be because I have had some issues again with comments not showing until like later. So somebody just say hi and let me know if the comments are working. So all I've done is I've just mixed a nice pale orange, and I'm just going to crisscross all my strokes because I love a bit of texture in my background. I'm just going to paint all the way around my butterfly. And I'm not going to worry too much about where the lines are or if I cross over them. I'm just going to make sure there's no gaps between the lines, okay? And as I have to mix more. I didn't mix anywhere near enough. As I get closer to the edge, I'll just mix a bit more of this. I'm going to do little dips of magenta. All right, so as I get closer to the corner, and I'm literally going in every different direction because I love texture in my brush strokes. I'm going to do a little dip of magenta. All right, now I'm not going to take much. You can see there on my brush, there's hardly any there, but I'm just going to use that to make the corner a little bit pinker. So I need a little bit, and I'm just going to blend that in, literally blend it, and I'm just pulling it into the orange, and then I pull the orange into the magenta, and I just create myself a nice little tinted background. You can add a bit more if you want it a bit darker. I'm just going to do this in the corners, all right? So I've got a nice sort of orangey fading into magenta. And then I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to clean my brush because there's not that much magenta on my brush, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to paint all the way around my butterfly. And again, I'm going to add some magenta into that corner, just a little bit. Doesn't have to be much, just to make it a little bit more interesting, really. Just to break it up so the background's not just one solid color. And I'm going to keep going around. Now pretend this is a square canvas because I couldn't find my square canvas. I'm sure I had one ready to go, and blow me down, I could not find it when I went to grab it. So pretend this is a square canvas because we're all good at using our imagination here. Kind of need that when you're an artist. Okay, so adding my little dips of magenta in the corner, again making my background a little more interesting. Just taking that, and all I'm doing is just sort of pulling each stroke, sort of I pull into the orange, and then I pull the orange into the magenta, and then back and forth, just pulling those two colors into each other, and eventually you have a nice sort of soft merge happening. All right, so now I'm going to just finish this last little bit here. I don't know, is that a square? Square enough, eh? We are using our imagination, pretending the canvas is a square, because I'll find it. As soon as I finish this live, I will find it, I'm sure, my square canvas. And again, a little dip of magenta, blending that in, probably blend a little bit more over there, pulling those colors back and forth. And you can do any colors you like here. Okay, so just like that, we have a background. Lovely. All right, so next, just having a sip of water. Next, we're going to pop that brush in water so it doesn't dry out while we're painting, and I'm switching to my number 8 round brush. Now, just a medium-sized brush. It doesn't really matter exactly what size you're using. Just a medium size is fine. And I'm going to essentially mix a little bit of purple. I'm going to create the color of the wings. Now, I don't want it to be total purple. I'm just going to add a little smidge of white because I just want it to be a little bit lighter. I need enough to do the whole wings. Might be enough, maybe a little bit more. I'm just going to add a little bit of white because, again, if you've painted with me before, you'll know that some colours are see-through and some are not. So just by adding a little bit of white is completely opaque, we overcome any kind of see-throughness or transparency of colours. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the wings. All right, we're not worrying about the black yet. We're just going to paint the wings in, and we're going to think about these where the blue is. All right. My mum actually posted an awesome close-up photo of a butterfly wing, or was it a moth? And it was totally see-through, and it had all these beautiful cells in it. So we're basically going to just create these cells, just creating random sort of lines, creating shapes and cells where, you know, because it's, I don't know what they're actually called. Now, if your paint's a bit dry, like mine is, you can see it's going on a bit dry there. I'm just going to dip my brush in water and mix that into my paint. That'll make it a little bit more fluid, and then it will go on a little bit easier. So I'm just using the tip of my brush, and I'm creating all these little shapes within the purple. I'm being quite random indeed, because nature can be random sometimes. And then I'm just going around the edges a little bit thicker, and you can see I'm being quite rough, because at the end we're going to clean the whole lot up with our black. We're going to just clean everything up at the end with the black, so you don't have to be precise at all. So this is a perfect one if you're painting for the first time. This is a perfect one to start on, because you don't have to pay that much attention to where your lines are going. So using a slightly thinned paint and the tip of your brush, you may need to just sort of put a second coat on just to make it a little bit thicker if it's looking a bit transparent anyway. So just put a second coat on everywhere, and you're good to go. So just nice and thick towards the end. And if you've never painted before, and if you have painted before, you'll know that there is what we call the ugly stage of a painting. So as you're painting, you're thinking, oh crap, this isn't working, this isn't looking good at all. There's always an ugly stage, and it's not till you get right to the end of your painting that everything comes together for good, and all the elements come together. So you just have to sort of trust the process and trust that it's going to work. There's a lot of stuff in life that is the same. You just have to trust the process and trust that it's going to work. Because I promise you, this is going to look great. So while I'm painting my cells on my wing, just randomly, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Paint Club. And essentially, it is the easiest and most fun way to learn to paint. And become the artist you've always wanted to be. If you've always wanted to paint, learn to paint, it's the easiest, most fun way. Honestly, Paint Club is so much fun, and you don't even need any experience. That is the beauty of it. You get step-by-step tutorials, because they're honestly the most effective way to learn to paint. Someone showing you step-by-step, like I'm doing here right now, is the easiest, quickest, most fun way to learn to paint, and you pick up new painting skills along the way. Like I've already shared a few today, thinning your paint and little things like that. It's just step-by-step learning is the quickest way to create, having fun and create beautiful paintings that you love, because by the end of this, we will have a beautiful butterfly painting. Yay. And it doesn't matter what level you're at, honestly. It doesn't matter what level you are at. Paint Club is perfect for anyone at any stage. If you want to learn some new skills, or if you're a brand new painter learning for the first time, Paint Club is perfect for you. It's honestly step-by-step tutorials, and they're the best way to lower stress as well. If you've got a stressful life and you just want to chill out a bit and do something fun that calms your nerves, painting is the way to go. All right, now I'm not going to go right to the end of my wing here, because we're going to put black in there, obviously. All right. So yeah, painting, like I said, it's an awesome way to reduce stress and just boost your happy. Okay, so now that we've done our wings, we are going to wash our brush. Washing. And we're going to dry our brush. I always say to dry your brush, because if you don't, the water that's in the brush will dribble down your canvas, and that's not cool because you'll get dribbles. Okay, so we're going to do inside. I'm going to fill in all these cells, all right? And it's going to look horrible. Hey, I forgot to do the bottom wings. All right, rewind. Rewind. I forgot to do the bottom wings. Oh, dear. Yep. See, we're all human. It's all good. Okay, so I'm doing the bottom wings as well. All right. So filling in the purple and doing a bit. Now, these ones don't have as many cells. It's more sort of just a purple edge like so, and some streaks in the middle. So all good, nice and easy. Who's painting with me or just watching? Anyone painting butterflies live with me? Or who's watching on the replay painting their butterflies? Which is weird because you're not going to type that now because it's still live. But when you're hearing this on the replay, it will be, oh, it's that whole time travel thing, isn't it? But yes, I'll tell you a little bit more about Paint Club. If you've always wanted to learn to paint, but you know, there's just something that stopped you. Maybe you're thinking, I can't even draw a stick figure. I'm not creative enough. I need to be creative or artistic, or, you know, I'd never be able to create anything good. Or maybe you want to start, but you don't know where to start. You don't know how to start. And you think it's just going to be too hard anyway. I need to mix a bit more purple. I'm running out. Hang on. Okay, trying to get the same shade of purple, roughly. Or maybe you've tried painting. You know, maybe you tried painting on your own, but you're just not getting the results you want. You don't know what brushes to use. You don't know how to use the brushes, how to mix the colors. You're just not sure of the techniques. So you're struggling and you're not understanding the basics, and you're just not getting the results. You're getting frustrated. It's taking longer than you imagined, or maybe, you know, you're just getting paintings, or you know, you're making more mistakes than progress, basically. And you're not getting paintings you love. So you're starting to think, oh no, I can't do this. If that's you, honestly, step-by-step tutorials are the way to go. They are the best way to make learning to paint easier and more enjoyable. So I'm still just creating random cells here, just being quite rough and random about it. But yeah, step-by-step. I mean, look, how hard is this, right? You'll be able to just totally boost your art skills, learn some new ones, boost the ones you've got, and just unlock your total inner creative artist, your Picasso that's hiding in there, or your whatever artist is hiding in there. Okay, so we have now, what have we done? We've done our purple, we've done our blue. Now oh no, we haven't done the blue yet. I'm going to do the blue next. I forgot to do all the purple. So just putting enough coats on that it's a nice thick layer for some of those thin bits. You can touch them up again later. But I'm going to clean my brush now. My brush. And I'm going to do the blue. I'm going to put all the blue inside all these gaps that we've just created. Don't worry if you overlap at all. So, oh, just got a bit of water on my brush there. That's no good. That will dribble. And I'm just going to fill these in. And again, I'm not really overthinking this at all. I'm literally just filling in all of these little cells that I just created before. And it's still going to look until we get to the end, all right? So just go with it and trust the process. That's the one thing that I tell people the most. That if you think it's not working, just have a little faith in the process. Keep going. And yeah, you will get there. And it'll look awesome at the end when you tie it all together. So all I'm doing now is just straight cobalt blue. I'm just using a nice light blue with my number 8 brush, my round brush. And I'm just filling in as much blue as I want. Maybe add a few more bits here and there if I want to. Okay. So inside Paint Club. All right. So if you want to join Paint Club, you get that step by step, and you will very quickly find, oops, got purple instead of blue, distracted. You will very quickly find your inner creativity. You'll just go, wow, that was easier than I thought, and far out. Why haven't I done this before? Honestly, it's with the right guidance, with someone like me showing you step by step, like I'm doing now, anyone can be an artist. I promise you. Even my dad has painted with me, not saying he's not creative, but you know, the least likely people. I've had loads of people come to the studio, and anyone with the right guidance, anyone, even if you've never held a paintbrush, anyone can paint. I promise you. And you will be able to create paintings that you love and can be proud of, you know, from start to finish, with me personally coaching you every step of the way. We're just creating a simple painting today, but all of my paintings are the same. You know, as long as you can follow step-by-step instructions and hold a paintbrush, you will be able to create them. So I'm just filling in all my blue spaces here. And then the more you paint, you know, the more techniques and tips you'll pick up from me along the way. I'll share lots of different styles and techniques, and I'm just working on another impressionist painting at the moment. So you'll learn lots of different techniques and skills, and you'll become a confident artist. You'll build your skills and become a confident artist before you know it. And of course, you get that added bonus of all your stress melting away, because painting is fun and it's good for you. And it's just fun. You put a nice big happy boost in your emotional bank account, as I say. Put a deposit in your emotional bank account, because painting's fun. I mean, who's not loving it, right? Are you painting with me today? I'm thinking that the comments aren't showing because I can't see anything yet, or I'm just not live and I'm talking to myself. I hope not. Which is fine. I do it all the time. All right, so I'm just making sure there's no white bits showing. All right, so I've got all my blue up to my purple, and it's still quite rough and random at the moment, which is fine. We will get there. Touch up any purple if you need to. If there's any bits that you're not happy with, just put another coat on. And while I do that, if anyone wants in on Paint Club, you can either head over to my website and you'll see it, or DM me and let me know, or just type yes please, and I will flick you the link if you want in on Paint Club. If you want to get a brand new virtual tutorial just like this every month, put yes please in the comments or DM me and I will send you the link. So I'm just touching up my purple now, just straight purple, just because I want it a bit thicker. I'm just trying to watch the blue so I don't pick up too much blue, and I keep that purple, keep them separated. If you know that song. I'm not going to do too much though. I'm just getting it a little bit thicker because that purple is a little bit thinner than the blue. You can touch these up later as well, but essentially it doesn't even matter if you blend your colors together. It just adds even more awesomeness to your butterfly wings. This is real. I want to, when I design my paintings, I design them to be as simple as possible and doable by anyone. So this technique is also simple, and the joy is that it doesn't matter if you don't quite get the brush strokes in the same place, or you know, it doesn't matter. You still end up with a beautiful painting. So I'm just touching up my purple a little bit more around the edges here. And again, not even worrying about edges or anything, because we're going to clean it all up at the end. Okay, good. Right, what's next? We're going to wash our brush. Wash. And dry our brush. And have a sip of water. Excuse me. And then I'm going to wash and dry my brush. And then I'm going to dip my brush in white. And then I'm going to dip it in blue. All right. Like one after the other. I'm not going to mix them at all. I'm just going to let these colors blend together. So I've got a bit of white on my brush, and now I'm going to put a bit of blue on my brush. Well, it's not picking up any blue. Okay, so I've got the two colors on my brush together, and I'm going to add these light highlight dots in here. All right, now the reason we're not mixing this is because we want it to be a little bit unblended. We want it to just add a little bit of extra non-mixed flavor. All right, so I'm just adding these. You can put them wherever you like, all right, so I need a bit more white, and then dip in the blue, simultaneously pop them on the do your dips. You can touch them up a little bit if you need to, but what you want them to be is lighter than your blue on the background. So if they're a bit darker, you want to put a bit more white on. All right, we just want nice light blue dots. And run out again. So dipping in white and dipping in blue, and that just gives you a lovely texture. You know, it's not just a solid white, or we've got a 4 on that side and 5 on that side. Oh, well, no biggie. It just lets the colors do an awesome thing together. All right, and then on the bottom we've got some stripes. So just white, blue, and we just add some nice light stripes. Oh, they're lighter than my first one. Cool. Each time I do this one, it's going to be different, I'm sure. Cool. And still it's looking ugly. All right, but trust the process. It'll all come together at the end. So once we've done that, we do the same again, clean our brush, and we do the same again with magenta. All right. So let me tell you a little bit more about Paint Club. I did promise to tell you about Paint Club today. What you're going to get inside Paint Club each month, basically it's a monthly step-by-step painting, step-by-step video coaching membership. And I walk you through every single painting from blank canvas to finished masterpiece. All right, hang on, my brush isn't dry. So I'm going to do the same with white and magenta. So Paint Club basically is loaded with loads of super fun, easy tutorials. All right, this is a very a simple painting that we're doing today. The paintings we do in Paint Club are a little bit more detailed, but the process is the same. All right, the process is exactly the same, step by step, easy. Oh, I forgot the magenta there. So I've just done, now you can do just straight magenta if you want. Entirely up to you. So if you want them to blend a little more, you just dab again, but keeping in mind that that blue underneath is, and the purple is still wet. So each month in Paint Club you get a brand new painting to learn, brand spanking new. I'm creating them as I go. Where else are we putting pink in the bottom? I'm creating them as I go. Every month we do a new one. I'm working on some Monet's Lilies at the moment. Can't wait to paint that one. And you get a nice, easy to follow, step-by-step video just like this. You can join the live and paint with us together, or you can watch the replay anytime you like after. It's a super fun virtual painting tutorial with me coaching you every step of the way. I give you a full supply list, just cleaning my brush now. I give you a full supply list and color list, so there's no guessing. You get exact list of what you need to paint each painting each month. And I'll give you a template, a tracer if you need it, so you don't even have to worry if you can't draw. Awesome. Next, I'm going to do orange. I'm just going to do straight orange. And again, you can do any colors you like. All right, so I'm going to nice big blobs of orange. Now, keep in mind that your blue may still be wet underneath, so you don't want to rub it in too much. You kind of want to layer it on top. If you mix it in too much with the blue that's underneath, you will actually get a dirty sort of brown color. All right, so just nice and lightly, very gentle touch. These ones are getting smaller as we go down. Okay, nice gentle touch. You're putting it on top of. All right. So the tutorials you get in Paint Club, you can, like I said, you can join live, or you can watch the replays afterwards and paint whenever you want, and you'll have lifetime access, 24/7 paint. You can paint at 3 in the morning if you want, anytime you like, a week later, a month later, a year later. It's all good. And it's just super relaxing, super fun. And you get a chance to build some friendships with other people as well, if you want to, in Paint Club, like-minded people. I'm going to run out of room for my dots. Okay, I'm just going to do smaller dots here. Trust me, even though it's looking a bit weird for now, it will all come together for good at the end. All right, so I'm going to clean my brush again. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to go for a smaller brush. I'm going to put that one in water. Now, the reason I forgot the yellow. The reason I put my brushes in water while I'm painting is that even if you clean them, you know, sometimes you're distracted and you don't clean them properly. And if there's any residue of paint in your brushes, they will dry out. And then later on, they'll just get all stiff and they'll be much harder to use. So, I just, my habit is that if I'm not using the brush while I'm painting, I just leave it in the water. Don't leave it there overnight though, because you will wreck them and they'll bend. And I've got a whole blog on brush care. If you want to learn the best brush care for your brushes, go and have a look at my website, look at my blog. I think I've just called it brush care or how to look after your brushes or something. Okay, so now I've got my little number 1 liner brush, or just any small brush, and I'm just going to add some yellow highlights. I'll show you on the original. So you can see in the wings there, I've just got some little yellow dots. All these little yellow dots up here. Oh, bad aim there. And the orange. So I'm just going to add those yellow dots in the orange there. So I'm going to load my brush, and just again, we're just layering it on nice and thick because all the paint is still wet. You need to put quite a bit on for it to even quite a bit on your brush, that is, for it to even go on over top of what's there. So into these orange dots, just adding a little bit of yellow just to make it a little bit more interesting. And I'm being quite random. There's no real thinking involved, which is the beauty of painting. Sometimes you can just be a bit random and it still looks fabulous at the end. So lots of little yellows. See, I've just added. So even though it still doesn't look like my other one, you can see it's slowly starting to get interesting and look good, and we're still trusting the process. Okay, what's next? All right, we're going to paint using the same brush. I'm going to clean that. We are going to paint all the black. All right, so we're going to start with the body. Just cleaning my brush and drying it. Adding another sip of water. And I'm going to fill in the whole body. Yeah, and I'm just using black. Same liner brush, just using black. Filling in the whole body shape. And this is where you can change the shape of the head if you want to. Or the body, or, you know. Yeah, and this is where it will start coming together as we clean everything up. It's going to start looking really awesome now. All right, so we're just going to create that body. So I actually got a lovely email from Heather recently, who has painted with me a few times, and I just wanted to share it with you because, oh, that body just got a whole lot bigger. I just wanted to share it with you because it's why I do what I do. She basically said she'd been to paint Tui in Island Bay with me, and she said she absolutely loved it. And hang on, I'll read it now. She said, I never knew I was capable of painting anything myself. Thank you for opening up a whole new world of creativity to me. Everywhere I look now, I think about if I could paint that scene, and I notice details like light and shade and how the sunlight reflects. And she goes on to tell me she took my advice and purchased some supplies from Uncle Bill's and Warehouse Stationery, and that is from another blog video. I think I've just called it What to Get When You're Getting Started. That's on my blog as well. If you're not sure what to buy, go and watch that blog. But, you know, that was just so easy. Heather just came and painted, and now she's in love with painting. And she's just joined Paint Club. Hi, Heather. Welcome to Paint Club. So excited to have you here. Honestly, as soon as the doors were open, boom, she was in. I'd only just opened the doors, like, for an hour or so, and boom, she was in. Yay, I'm so pleased to have you in Paint Club. Heather, welcome. We're going to have fun, and you're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. Okay, so my body of my butterfly, you can see, is roughly all right. It doesn't really matter at this point. Oh, and actually, while I'm thinking about Heather, Heather had already purchased. Hi, Heather, if you're watching. Heather had already purchased her ticket to Kapiti Island, which is our next, which is my next virtual paint party. What am I doing with the orange? Getting distracted. Hang on, wait. Brown. Do I want some brown? I want some brown. I want brown. Where's my brown? There it is. I forgot to put brown on my palette. I'm just going to add some highlights to my butterfly's body. But yes, Heather had... Why is the brown not coming out? There we go. Heather had already purchased her ticket to the virtual paint party, which is the next Paint Club one. If that's you and you want to join Paint Club and you've already got it, just send me an email and I will refund your initial purchase of the virtual paint party. All right, because there's no sense paying for it twice. And if you get it in Paint Club, it's cheaper. Yay. All right, so I'm just dipping in the brown and I'm just going over the black while it's still wet, and I'm just blending that in slightly just to create a bit of difference and a few little bits of texture, essentially. So yeah, you can join the virtual paint party, just get one virtual paint party, or join Paint Club and get it cheaper. But yes, send me an email, Heather, and anyone else who has purchased the virtual paint party already and wants to join Paint Club, and I will refund you that one. Okay, so we've done our body now. So what we're going to do, I'm going to wipe my brush. Black goes over everything, so I'm just going to wipe my brush. We're now going to add all of the black, and this is where the entire butterfly will come together. It's still at that early ugly stage. Well, it's not ugly, but it's not refined yet. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my brush in water, and I'm just going to thin my black a little bit. If your paint is quite, especially if you're in a warm environment, if you've got the heater on, or if it's summer, or like some of my paint clubbers are in Australia where it's always nice and warm, your paint will dry a bit quicker and it won't be as easy to manage. So if you just thin your paint, you just dip your brush in water and mix it into your paint. Just thin it a little bit. You have a little bit more control over it. Don't thin it too much though. You don't want it to go transparent. But if you thin it a little bit, you'll have a little bit more control over it and you'll get nice cleaner edges as well. All right, now we're just gonna, this is where the butterfly is just gonna come to life. We clean up all the edges and we're just gonna put all of our black detail in. Now, as you're painting your wings, you'll see that I've got sort of little curves going into, all these little curves going into the blues and purples at the end. All right, so we're going to create these as we go. So as you go, you just kind of add a little bump, and you just want to use the very tip of your brush. You can put them long, short, anything you want. Now keep in mind that that paint is still potentially wet underneath, so you may need a bit more black on top to cover it up. All right, so that's all good. All right, and then we're gonna, if you want to, you can dry your painting in between, but I don't always do that. If you put, the darker the color is, the more it sort of covers everything and covers it all up. So I'm just painting the whole wing now. We want to leave a bit of room for our lovely white dots there at the end. So I'm just going to keep doing that. And my curves are a bit rough, but just using the very tip of your brush, the more pressure you put on your brush, the thicker the line will be. All right, so if you just use the very tip of your brush, you'll have a little bit more control over what happens on your palette. I may need to dry this because the blue, I put the blue on quite thick. Or will I get away with it? We'll see. But yes, also another paint clubber that I want to tell you about, Joe. Hi, Joe. Jo up in Whangarei, up north, she has done every single one of my virtual paint parties, even before I had Paint Club. I started virtual paint parties when we went into lockdowns, and I was like, but I still want to teach people to paint. So I took it online, and she's done every single one since, how long's it been now, Jo? A year and a half? 2? Has it been 2 years already? No, a long time. But she's come in leaps and bounds. She just sent me an email last week where she turned my cherry blossom painting, my free tutorial. If you want to do it, just go look for it in the lives. She turned the cherry blossoms into cards to give to someone. So she's coming up with her own ideas now, and being a little bit more creative with what I'm sharing, which is awesome. I just love that. But even looking at her first paintings and the paintings she's doing now, she's getting more and more confident. Her paintings are just getting better and better all the time. And she's getting confident enough to make her own decisions and change stuff in the paintings that I'm teaching, which is so cool. But she's really built her confidence, along the way. Every painting she does, she just, learns something new and tries something new. And it's so cool to see. I love it, Jo. My number one painter who's been with me right from day one. So, a year from now, you could be like Jo, pick up all those painting skills. And a year from now, you could be creating your own paintings as well. Awesome. Just all you got to do is join Paint Club, and I'll show you how. It's easier than you think. Even whether you're a beginner artist or painting for the first time, or you just want to build your confidence, build your creative skills, Paint Club is for you. It totally is. Paint Club is your answer. It's just, I love sharing painting with people, and Paint Club is a way to paint more often for cheaper. You can buy all my tutorials individually, but they'll cost you more. So it's much, much cheaper to join Paint Club because it's only $20 a month. That's it. Yay. I am actually thinking of lots of new painting ideas all the time. So, wow, we're just going to have so much fun. All right, so I'm still just completing my black outlines. Oh, and I want to remember to make a bit thicker around here so that I can add and black my dots around the outside edge. Okay, putting it on nice and thick to cover everything up. But yeah, in Paint Club, you'll learn new painting skills like Jo's learned over the years. I think it's only been a year. I don't remember how long I've been doing virtual paint parties. A while anyway. And you have fun. You create paintings that you love, and you, like I said, you join me live, or you'll have 24/7 access to the paintings we do, and you'll be able to go back anytime and paint them again and again and again. I know Jo painted was it Jo that painted? Some people have painted a few versions of my last one, the sunflower sunset, with different colors and hills and stuff. But I just don't want anyone to miss out. I wasn't gonna open Paint Club yet, not for a little while, because I'm still working on some new ideas and stuff to make it even more amazing and more better. So I wasn't actually planning to open it right now, but I've had so many people asking me, when can I join? And I don't want people to miss out, because my whole mission is to share the joy and healing of art. So if I'm holding out and keeping it shut, then that's defeating my own mission. So I thought I'd open it up for you. Just special, just quick, sneaky opening right now. And like I said, the best part is it's only $20 a month. That's it. I mean, it'll be more interesting, complicated painting. Not complicated, but more detailed paintings than this. Just go and have a look at the virtual paint party albums on Facebook, and you'll see what we've been painting. But that rate is only available for like days. I don't want too many people in Paint Club yet. I want to still be able to serve everybody. So it's only open for days till Sunday. and that rate is only going to be available for that time. When I open it to the public later, it's going to be more expensive. So get in now while it's cheap, and while it's cheaper than virtual paint parties even. Yeah. All right. So we've got our black done. What am I doing next? We need to do the antennas, don't we? So as I mentioned before, the more pressure you put on the brush, the thicker the line will be. So if you want a thinner line, you thin your paint sufficiently and do what I call a twirl and pull. You twirl your brush and pull it off the canvas, and you'll get a nice thin tip. And the less pressure you use, the thinner your line will be. If you use lots of pressure, you'll get a thick line. If you use a little bit of pressure, you'll get a thin line. So we're just going to add the antenna now. Do that twirl and pull and rotate your canvas if you need to. I might just do that so I don't lean on anything. And we just do a nice light little, very light touch, a little bleh on the end. Bleh, blob, whatever you call that. Another one over here, very light touch. Possibly too light. There we go. And a little blob on the end. And then we have our antennae. Yay! Whoops. What have I just dropped? Cool. So slowly it's coming together. We're still not judging it. What's next? Oh yes, we've got some black dots on the wings as well. So in the bottom here, you can see I've got some black dots in the bottom. So I'm going to put those there as well. So nice thick bit of paint on your brush. And then we're just going to do these dots. Nice. You want to make them big enough that we can put some white dots on them later. So like I was saying, Paint Club is not going to be open for very long. Enrollments close this coming Sunday. That's it. Not much time at all. And I'm also limiting the spots. All right. Like I said, I don't want too many people in there because I want to serve everyone that's already in there, and I want to still be able to give a good product, a good offering, and have time to paint more, create more paintings, and make it more better. So when it launches later in the year, it's going to be awesome. So I'm limiting the spots in the meantime so I can keep working on that. So you don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out. Get in quick before all the spots are full and before enrollments close on Sunday. All right. Where else are the black dots? Are we good? I could probably bring that in further, since I've made it. Let me just touch that up. I'm going to bring that whole lot down a bit. Only because I made that wing a lot wider. Let's get up. So you can just adjust as you go. It's all good. Lovely. Okay. Now we want to dry everything. All right. I'm going to dry everything. I'm just going to clean my brush. I'm going to dry everything because we're going to start putting stuff on top. And I should mention that if you join Paint Club by midnight tomorrow, that's Friday the 13th. Oh, some would say unlucky, but I'm going to say lucky, because if you join Paint Club by midnight, Friday the 13th, New Zealand time, you will get access to last month's paint party, as well as an extra early bird bonus for you. We painted Sunflower Sunset last month. And normally if you buy it on its own, you would have to pay $25.50. So I'm going to give that to you absolutely free as a bonus, as an early bird bonus, just for you. You've got to join by midnight tomorrow night, though. So yay! Hang on, we'll dry this. Dry everything. Yay! I just got my hair drying out, drying everything. Okay, when I say drying everything, I'm just really only need the ends of the wings and the inside part of the wings because that's where we're doing next. So I'm just focusing on that. Yeah, where's my other left? We didn't want to paint dry. There we go. There's a little bit more there. Okay, that ought to do. We're going to put white on top, you see, so you can't really put, if you put white on black, it'll go great. And we want nice, clean, crisp whites. So I've got my number 1 brush. Have I cleaned it? Yes, I have. I'm going to dip straight in the white, and we're going to put our white dots on wherever we like. Now, you may, if you haven't dried it properly, you may still pick up some black. So just wipe your brush in between. Now, some of these are bigger, some of them are smaller. They're quite random, though. I'm just going to add all of these in, and this is where our butterfly slowly comes to life. Yay! These, when you start adding, when you use contrast in colors, like really bright and really dark, it just makes all the colors pop, like really pop. I haven't dried it 100%, but it's all good. So I was just telling you about the bonus. If you join Paint Club by Friday the 13th, midnight, oh, scary times. Not really, it's good times. You will get Sunflower Sunset, and it's a super easy step-by-step beautiful painting. Is it still online? I can't remember. It's in the gallery. If you want to have a look, it's on my website in the gallery. You'll see it. And super easy. I'll give you a video tutorial, show you exactly how to paint it. Same as I'm doing now, but it's a slightly more detailed painting. So just adding me white dots everywhere. And that means you can basically get started painting straight away. Although I'll send it to you on Friday, or when you sign up, if I get around to it. Cool. So I'm just being a bit random. So go join Paint Club. Come join us. It's good fun. We have an awesome blast in there. I've basically been painting all my life, and I just love it. I absolutely, absolutely love it. And I'm just so stoked that I can share my love of painting with other people. I've got some teaching experience as well, and I've just been able to combine the two, and now I get to share the joy of painting with you guys, which is just such a buzz. But I've taught thousands of people now. I've taught thousands of people. Yes. And the majority of people I've taught have never held a paintbrush or think they're not creative. So I'm just making these dots random sizes. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. If you're picking up a bit of black, you just put a bit more white on. But yeah, like I was saying, most of the people I've taught have never painted before. So I've got the way I teach, like you can see, step by step, anyone can learn to paint. It works no matter what artistic level you're at. Anyone can paint. I show you just how easy it is, and it's super fun. All right, so you'll be able to, you get my simple instructions, you get my video tutorials in Paint Club just like this, and you'll be able to create your own brand, your own paintings every month. Where else am I putting dots? Around here. So you can see my butterflies slowly coming together. And these are different sizes as well. As I go around, they get a little bit bigger. But you can be as creative as you want with this one. You can really, this one is an awesome one to just go crazy and have a bit of fun and try different things. Paint lots of butterflies. All right. Where are we? The last wing. So there's a great metaphor, basically. Learning to paint on your own is basically like learning to drive a car on your own without an instructor. Imagine nobody showing you what all the pedals do, what all the buttons and knobs and levers do, or even how to turn the car on. You know, if you didn't have an instructor, it would you might figure it out in the end, but it would take you a whole lot longer. Painting is the same. You might be able to figure it out in the end on your own. Or we've got some white dots on these bits as well. But it's a lot quicker and a lot more fun if you have someone guiding you, showing you step by step along the way. And I would love to be your personal coach in Paint Club, because I love teaching people to paint. I love showing people how much fun it is and helping people just unlock their creativity. It's the biggest buzz ever. All right. Yeah. So, like I said, DM me or type yes, please, or something in the comments, and I will send you a link to join. Wait, we've still got, what have we got left? We've got the inner, we've got some stripes left. All right. Okay, now whenever I'm painting, trying to look at the screen and my painting at the same time, and of course I'm sitting on the side so that I can paint past the screen. It always comes out a slightly different shape, but it's all good. I'm still liking my little butterfly. So now I've cleaned and dried my brush. We're going to do some little streaks. We've got some little streaks up the top there. You see these little streaks here. All right. So I'm just going to dip my brush in magenta. And just the very tip of my brush, I'm just going to do some light little streaks on the inside of the wing there. Just to add another little dash of colour. And that one there. Another little dash of colour randomly there. And then I'm just going to wipe my brush. You don't always have to clean it completely. And I'm going to do the same with orange on the bottom wing. Light little dashes of orange. Now the orange is a very transparent colour, so you need to put it on reasonably thick for it to show. Little dashes of orange. There we go. And but like I said, you can have so much fun with this one. You can do different colours, different shapes, different everything, and it's just a fun one to do. So we've done all the streaks, and now you just want to sort of take a look back and think, is there anything I need to clean up? Some of my blacks are a little bit rough, so I'm just going to clean those up a little bit using my little brush still. I'm just going to touch up my blacks, clean those up a little bit. Maybe your purple needs a little bit of cleaning up. Just do any sort of last minute touch-ups. Clean up any rough edges. And this is where you really start to see your beautiful finished butterflies. Hang on, I haven't got a proper curve there. Cool. Now, this is still wet, so you just be careful where you're leaning when you do that, in case you lean on anything wet. It's never the first lean, it's when you lean again and then transfer that paint. If you need to, rotate your canvas, give yourself easy access any which way you need to, whatever is comfortable for you. Ooh, this wing just got bigger. Okay, and this is where all your last little details and cleanups will just make your painting come together quite nicely. So I might probably need a little bit more up there as well. Make this wing a bit bigger. There we go. There we go. I think we're pretty much done. Maybe just a little bit more black around there. We've lost a bit of shape around that wing because we put the white dots right on the edge. So I'm just going to make that one a little bit bigger. Give a bit more breathing space to those black dots there. So you can tweak and go, tweak as you go. It's quite easy and simple, this one. Right. Yay. Maybe a little bit more of an edge there. And I put that white too close to the edge there as well. So I'm just going to clean that up as well. There we go. And there we have it. A lovely little butterfly. So I've just shown you from blank canvas. That wasn't square because I couldn't find the square canvas. I've improvised to a beautiful butterfly. If you want to change the shape of your wings, if you're not happy with your wings, look, I can just go like this. I can just go like this and totally change the shape of my wings there. See, because I'm looking at my original and I see that it wasn't quite oblong. It was a bit more sort of like that. And then I can add some white in if I want to. And now I'm just getting lost in the process, which is the joy of painting. You know, some days I'll only know to stop because my stomach's grumbling because I haven't eaten, you know, and it's like 9 o'clock at night. You just get lost in the process. Painting is just amazing like that. It's so therapeutic and relaxing, and it's fun. So yes, I'm just showing you how to paint your beautiful butterflies. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And essentially, there should be beautiful butterflies everywhere now, all over the country, I hope. So yes, if you want more painting tips and tutorials, I did a beautiful cherry blossom last week. I haven't got it with me, so I can't show you. Head over to my blog, head over to my www. Hang on, let me just turn you around again. Head over to my blog. There's a cherry blossom, there's a kingfisher, there's a gnome, there's loads of stuff there, loads of little free, easy little free paintings like this if you want to get a taste for what it's like, because painting is fun. Thank you so much for watching me today and painting butterflies with me. I hope you enjoyed that. Yay! If you did enjoy my tutorial, please like it, share it with anyone else, you know, who needs a bit of art joy and a bit of creative fun in their life. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you're watching on replay, oh, look, I've just seen a comment come up. Hi, Joe. Can't wait to watch this again and paint him in the weekend. Oh, it's a him. Okay. Well, you'll see shortly then when you paint it that I've just referenced you as well. So hi, thanks for painting with me again, Joe. Honestly, Jo has done pretty much every single painting I've ever created. Awesome. She's hooked. It's great. That's what Paint Club, that's the effect of Paint Club. And you get so much happy in your life because painting makes you happy. It's been proven. Sciencey people have proven it. But yes, if you enjoyed this, share it with anyone else you know that would love it. And let me know what you enjoy. What did you enjoy the most about it? Which bit? Yay. So have fun creating your butterflies. Paint it in any colors you want. Paint as many as you want. Hey Joe, still there. Paint as many as you want. Imagine if you painted a whole heap of them in different colors and then hung them all on the wall. You'd have a whole wall of beautiful colored butterflies. How amazing would that look? If anyone does that, I would love to see it. That would look so amazing. Please send me a photo if you do that. A whole wall of painted butterflies in different colors. Awesome. So yes, look out for my next episode of Hearty Tips with Silka. I've done a few lives in a row the last few weeks, so I may I'll create another painting for you. I don't know what I'll do next. Let me know if you want me to teach you anything. Flick me an email or a DM or anything. And if you want in on Paint Club, make sure to go to my website. There it is there. Scroll down a little bit. You'll see the Paint Club thing. It's only going to be open till Sunday. So if you want in and you want to develop your painting skills and get amazing creative talent and confidence like Joe and Heather have gotten. I'm referring to Heather in Australia now as well. Hi, Heather in Australia. You just develop your skills, have fun, learn some stuff, create beautiful paintings. You've got till Sunday to get into Paint Club, all right? And if you join up now, by Friday, tomorrow, I will give you access to last month's Paint Club painting as well. So you get 2 for the price of 1. Actually, technically, you get it cheaper than the price of 2, because 2 would be like $51, and 1 month's Paint Club is only $20. So you get like 2.5 for the price of 1. Awesome. And of course, you get every painting every month. And sneak peek, look what I'm working on. This is going to be the next one. Monet's Lilies. This is what I'm working on next. It's not quite ready yet. You may have seen it in a previous post. It's not quite ready yet. But I'm adding Ko-Fis. Because I always like to add a Kiwi touch. But look, this is the one I'm going to teach next. Next, we're doing Kapiti Island first, and then we're going to paint Monet's Lilies when I finish it. So, it's just so much fun and goodness and beautiful paintings to learn how to paint. Come join me in Paint Club. I would love to teach you how to paint all of the beautiful things and just add more fun to your life. Meantime, though, hope you've enjoyed painting butterflies with me today. I hope there are butterflies just fluttering to life everywhere as you paint this one. And I hope to see you behind a paintbrush again soon. And even better, hope to see you in Paint Club soon. Come join us. Come join up. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everyone.